Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm so glad you're joining me this evening as we welcome Shabbat. We join together first in Hine Matov as we join together in song. Hine Matov u'manayim Shabbat achim gam yachad. Hine Matov u'manayim Shabbat achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim. 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 Shabbat achim gam yachad. Hine matov, yadada, yadada, yadada. Hine matov, yadada, yadada, yadada. Hine matov u'manayim. Shabbat achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim. Shabbat achim gam yachad. How good and how pleasant it is for all of us to dwell together in unity. Every week we light candles, but we rarely talk about why. I thought this evening I would spend a little time talking about how it came to be not only a custom but a commandment to light the lights of Shabbat. I put together this teaching with the thanks to the authors of the Jewish catalog printed by JPS. The prophet Isaiah elaborates a little on what Shabbat entails. His audience was, after all, a little more distant from the giving of the Torah at Mount Sinai and needed things explained. He says, if you restrain your foot because of the Sabbath from performing your affairs on my holy day, on God's holy day, and you will call the Sabbath a delight and God's holy day honored, then we have truly embraced Shabbat. We have truly understood what it means to keep Shabbat. On Friday nights, one is required to light candles in the house for the sake of Shalom Bayit, harmony in the home, and Oneg Shabbat, Sabbath joy, Shabbat joy. And the candles themselves ought to be in the room where the Sabbath meal is to be eaten. While women traditionally light candles, and the custom in some communities is that girls start on their third birthday with lighting a single candle, it is our custom in more liberal communities to light candles by any Jewish adult. Though in many families it is also still customary that children help light the Sabbath candles or light them themselves. Traditionally, candles may be lit up to 18 minutes before sunset. If the traditional 18-minute time limit cannot be met, candles may be lit during the 18 minutes immediately preceding sunset. In our community, as is customary in many Reformed congregations, we light candles together at the beginning of services, regardless of the time. This custom arose in Reformed communities specifically because it was acknowledged, at least by some leadership, that people would come to services and then forget to light candles when they went home. So rather than allowing people to forgo the commandment of lighting the Sabbath lights, they rather embraced it as a community act itself. So we have the custom that at least 2 candles should be lit. They represent Shamor, keep, and Zachor, remember, the first words of the commandments concerning Shabbat in the 2 instances of the 10 commandments found first in Exodus 28 and then in Deuteronomy 5:12. It is permissible to light more than 2 candles. In fact, it is considered a particular merit to do so. This is implied in an interpretation of the statement, and God blessed the 7th day in Genesis 2:3. And the rabbis say, with what did God bless the seventh day? And the response is with light. And therefore, since light was the gift, the blessing of the seventh day, we welcome the seventh day and we conclude the seventh day with light. We light the Sabbath candles at the beginning and we conclude with the Havdalah candle with its multiple wicks at the end. So some people do light an additional candle for each child in the family, though it is customary once you've hit a certain number, right? You've lit a certain number. Let's say there's 6 members of the family and you've been lighting 6. It's a custom never to reduce that number in that household. So there's a lot of tradition, there's a lot of custom. And it has been since before the time of the Mishnah, which is codified around the year 200, that this custom of lighting Sabbath lights was in practice, even though it is not explicitly mentioned in Torah. It was the custom of the time and the period. And many people think it's because of the acknowledgement that you want to start a celebration in light and not in darkness. So with that, we join together in the Shabbat candle blessings. I hope you will join me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who has given us commandments and commands us to light the lights of Shabbat. And we say, Amen. We continue together in song with Lecha Dodi as we welcome the Sabbath bride. Please join me. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shemor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'litila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mikor haberacha. Mirosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh v'mashabat tehila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, kivaure kumi uri, 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 shir daveri, kavod Adonai, alaik nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. We rise in body or in spirit. We face the entrance of our homes and our hearts as we welcome the Sabbath bride. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, Gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, lecha dodi, likrat gala, pene Shabbat, nekabela, lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nekabela. Shabbat shalom, everyone. I'm so glad you've joined me this evening. If you haven't done so and you'd like people to know you're here, please feel free to introduce yourself and wish one another Shabbat shalom in the chat. As we continue together with Mizmor Shir, our psalm for Shabbat. Mizmor Shir leyom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot lahadonai, ulezamer leshimcha elyon, ulezamer leshimcha elyon, lehagid baboker chastacha, ve'emunacha balelot, ale asur ve'ale navel, ale higayon bechinor. Mizmor shir leyom HaShabbat, tov lehodot lahadonai, ulezamer leshimcha elyon, ulezamer leshimcha elyon. Ki samachtani Adonai b'fa'olecha, b'ma'aseh yadecha aranim, ma gadlu ma'asecha Adonai me'od, amku machshevotecha. Mizmor shir liyom HaShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer leshimcha elyon, ulezamer leshimcha elyon. It's a good thing to give thanks to Adonai and to sing praises to thy name, O Most High. We continue together with the words of Shalom Aleichem. May the messengers of the Holy One of Blessing, may the messengers of God bring us peace. Please join me. Shalom Aleichem, Malechei Hasharei, Malechei Elyon, Mi Melech Malechei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boechem l'shalom, Malechei Hashalom, Malechei Elyon. Mi Melech Malechei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni l'shalom, Malechei Hashalom, Malechei Elyon. Mi Melech Malechei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malechei Hashalom, Malechei Elyon. Mi Melech Malechei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We join together in the Hatzik Kaddish, this marker between our preparatory prayers and our call to worship. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Ve'alma divrach kirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayetecho Beit Yisrael bagala u'bizman kariv v'meru amen. Yesh merava mevorach le'olam olam me'omaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei d'kudasha b'richu leila mingo birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'meru amen. We continue together with Noah Aronson's Kavanah, centering the spirit he brings to the Baruch. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yalla la la la, 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 yalla la la la. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed. Le'olam va'ed. Yalla la la la, 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 yalla la la la. We read together. Night and day, we give thanks for both. For one does not exist without the other. Creator of the universe, we are grateful for the opportunity to watch the cycle of day turn into night and night turn into day. We give thanks for the gift of creation in all its wonder. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. As we prepare to recite the Shema, the watchword of our faith, I invite you to take a big, deep breath in with me and out. Again, in and out. As we prepare ourselves to recite these ancient words. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God. Adonai is one. May God's name be blessed forever and ever. We continue with Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'adecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lachtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'chtavtam al mizuzot beitecha uv'yisharecha Leman tizkiru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim lelohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Liyot lachem lelohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. The Israelites walked into the Reed Sea 1 foot at a time. What were they thinking about as the water rose up their legs, chilling their hearts, advancing toward their open mouths? We continue to walk here, now, 1 foot at a time. On our better days, forward, alone. I cannot reach the far shore without drowning. Somehow I don't go under. The person to my right holds me up. Something I cannot see holds him up. Blessed is the source of help, so often unexpected. I step forward. The sea is vast. Blessed are you, gracious one, for your miracles that greet us every day. Baruch atah Adonai al nisecha shebachol yom imanu. And we say, Amen. We join together in our song of redemption, our song of the sea, Mi Chomocha. Yai dai dai yai dai dai da 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 yai dai 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 ya da 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 yai dai dai yai dai da 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 yai dai 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 ya da 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 Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh Nora tehilot osef eleh Nora tehilot osef eleh Malchutecha ra'u v'necha Bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam Ze'elianu ve'amru Ze'elianu ve'amru Adonai imoch le'olam va'ed Adonai imoch le'olam va'ed. The sea is splitting before Moses and Miriam. This is our God, they cried out. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Evening Blessings, written by Alden Solovey. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given me the gifts of the body. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given me the delights of the senses. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given me the beauty of the heart. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given me the dignity of the mind. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given me the radiance of the soul. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given me the mystery of the Spirit. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given me the blessings of your word. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given me the majesty of your wisdom. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given me the presence of your glory. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given me the wonder of being. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe. For these and all your gifts, we sanctify and praise your holy name. Together we say, Amen. The words of Vishamru come straight from Torah. Translated, they are, the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day ceased from work and rested. Please join me in song. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Beni uvein bnei Yisrael, oti leolam. Vishamru bnei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Beni uvein bnei Yisrael, oti leolam. Vishamru bnei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim vet haaretz. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi shavat vayinafash, Shavat vayinafash, Vishamru bnei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. We prepare for the Amidah, for the Tefillah, for our standing prayer by rising in body or spirit. Please join me. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר על מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום ילוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. We read together. At this moment, we recognize your role in our lives as the receiver of prayer. You are the creator of all. You are a redeemer and helper. You guided and blessed our ancestors. Please guide and bless us as well. Let our time together in this moment of worship and praise bring us closer to you, closer to one another, closer to all of humanity. May you receive our prayer in love. Blessed are you, God, hearer of prayer. We give thanks for the daily miracles of our lives, the divine blessings which you bestow upon us day after day, the ability to think, the ability to question, the ability to act. Please guide us in our actions. May we act upon our knowledge that all are made in your image, that all people are your children. Blessed are you, God, creator of humanity. We continue together with Shalom Rav, our prayer for peace. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael, b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch atah Mo Yisrael, Shalom. Blessed are you, Adonai, creator of peace, who brings peace to Israel and to all the world. Amen. We continue with a moment of silent prayer. Ose shalom bimroma, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Yase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ose shalom bimroma, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Yase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. V'imru, amen. May the one who makes peace in high places make peace for us and for all of Israel and for all the world. And let us say, Amen. At this point in our service, we think of those in our community, in our families, in our hearts, in our world who are in need of healing, of body, of mind, or of spirit. If there's someone you're thinking of and you'd like to share their name with the congregation, please feel free to do so in the chat. We're thinking of Al, Nora, Deb, Dennis, Mark, Nancy, Linda, Hillary, Judy, Haley, Manneberg family, Jackie, Quinn, Galen's mother, Nancy, Mark. We join together in singing Mi Sheberach, a prayer for healing. Mi Sheberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi Sheberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema. of spirit, and let us say, Amen. May all those who are in need of healing feel full healing, receive full healing of body, of mind, and of spirit. And let us say, Amen. And it came to pass in the 40th year. Deuteronomy 1:3. This week, we begin reading the 5th book of the Torah, the book of Deuteronomy, or in Hebrew, Devarim, meaning words or things. The name relates particularly to Moses' last teachings. Moses reviews the Israelites' journey through the desert, admonishing the people for their mistakes and encouraging them to forge a path of righteousness as they begin building a nation in their new land. While Moses repeats certain laws from earlier in the Torah, we often find them emphasized differently in Deuteronomy, highlighting a broader and more inclusive outlook. For example, the laws of Sukkot, first seen in Leviticus, are related as follows in Deuteronomy. You shall make yourself the festival of Sukkot for 7 days, and you shall rejoice in your festival. You, your son, and your daughter, and your manservant, and your maidservant, and the Levite, and the stranger, and the orphan, and the widow who are in your city. Here we find a new focus, a message of love and solidarity with the weak of society. Many other commandments are presented similarly. Deuteronomy underscores Shabbat's social concerns. The 7th day is Shabbat, in order that your manservant and your maidservant may rest like you. Moses' reframing of the commandments emphasizes that the Jewish people must empathize with the weak and the poor and hold the highest ideals of mercy and love for every human being. We see in our world today that all people are not treated the same. Not all are held with love and mercy. Some people are held high while others are pushed low. We see that in our own community here in Southwest Michigan. This week, I learned from our partners through Isaac about the great need in our community for a single-payer health insurance system. They wrote in an email this week the following. Our currently privatized system of healthcare coverage that is tied to employment, in combination with the legacy of racism and white supremacy, leaves people of color disproportionately uninsured and underinsured. This in turn leads to poor health outcomes. Medical debt is a severe source of stress for families, afflicting 20% of all Kalamazoo County residents, but 40% of those from communities of color. With so many losing their jobs now, residents in our county will face even more burden around the costs and quality of their health care unless action is taken. I've previously spoken about the Day of Learning sponsored by Erase and Isaac that I participated in last fall, during which we discussed health equity and lack of in our community. The history of testing, sterilization, and unknowingly participating in studies has plagued our country. Whether it was testing on slaves, the eugenics movement, Tuskegee, or the forced sterilization of Indigenous women in the 1960s and 1970s, our country has treated people terribly. As Jews, we must speak up. We must act. We have been blessed with the freedoms this country has promised, and we must make sure that those blessings are spread amongst all of our country's citizens and residents alike. We have work to do. Therefore, if your household has not yet filled out the census, please do it. Kalamazoo County is below the Michigan average for participation. Ask your neighbors and friends if they have participated too. If you are not registered to vote, register. Vote in the August 5th primary election, vote in the November national election. Help register voters. Educate yourself and others on the candidates and on the issues. Plenty of nonpartisan organizations are working on voting rights, which we must protect. If you are interested in doing something more active, reach out to our Social Action Committee members for ideas. Finally, I hope each one of you knows that if you are interested in the Jewish understanding of a particular issue or cause, I would be happy to speak to you about it. There is rarely, if ever, one Jewish answer, but there is always something to be learned. This week, we learn from the repetition of so many commandments through Moses's reframing of these commandments that the Jewish people must empathize with the weak and the poor and hold the highest ideals of mercy and love for every human being. Shabbat Shalom. We continue together with Aleinu. We rise in body or spirit. Please join me. Aleinu l'shabech l'adon hakol, latet gdula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kue haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo samchokenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נטע שמיים ויוסד הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. At this point in our service, we think of those who are no longer with us, the yortzites of those who've passed at this time. If there's someone you're thinking of and you'd like to share their name, please feel free to do so in the chat. The congregation is remembering the yortzites of George Aaron, Erwin David Burtman, Joan Davidson, Abe Edwards, Carl Ernst, Gary Fleischman, Hinda Rappaport, Matthias Gall, Molly Gall, Henrietta Frank, Fanny Goldfarb, Jacob Goldman, Alana Hartenstein, Harry Katz, Philip Kerman, Arthur Kling, Andrew Land, Michael Land, Nicholas M. Lazar, Nancy Lutsky, Henry Lewis, Sarita Manneberg, Marion McIntyre, Estelle Odom, Esther Ressler, Martin Rosenberg, Miriam G. Schultz, Benjamin Simon, David Simon, Anna Shapiro, Ida Skolnick, Morris Skolnick, Martin Strongen, Milt Voigt, Israel Wagenfeld, Lawrence Searing. And we are in Sheva for Walter Manneberg. Hendricks. We rise in body or spirit as we recite the Mourner's Kaddish together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Ve'alma divrach rute v'yamlich malchute. V'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayed chol beit Yisrael. Bagala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudashah. Brechu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma b'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya. Techayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. B'imru. Amen. Osei shalom b'imromav. Booyah say shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. B'imru. Amen. May the one who brings peace bring peace to all those who mourn and comfort to all those who are bereaved. And let us say, Amen. Nora, if you want to explain your, oops, you can. I hope I didn't mispronounce somebody's name. I apologize if I did so. Tomorrow there are services at 10 a.m. On Zoom. Link went out in today's email, followed by Torah study. We are continuing with our study of the book of 1 Samuel. Hope you will join us. Next week, Friday night services here at 7 and Saturday morning services on Zoom on Saturday services. The book club is reading As a Driven Leaf. Their meeting is at the beginning of August. If you have questions, please reach out to Carrie. If you don't have Carrie's information, reach out to me. I'm happy to pass those questions and thoughts along. Look out for our newsletter. Comes out on the 1st. There should be some good new information in it. I hope everyone's enjoying the nice weather. And check the chat. Nora's created a room on Zoom if you'd like to schmooze after services. Please join Nora after services in her Zoom room. I think that is everything for the moment. If you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, please do reach out to me. And if you'd like to participate in the High Holy Days in some way, the RAC is making calls, but you're also free to reach out to me and let me know. We will conclude together with Adon Olam. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra Le'ed Nasa V'Hepso Kol Hazai Melech Shemo Nigra Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora V'hu Haya V'hu Hoveh V'hu yiyeh b'tifara, v'hu echad v'yein sheni, lahamshil lo lechachbira, b'li reshit b'li tachlit, v'lo ha'oz v'hamisra, v'hu eli v'chai goali, b'tzur chavli b'tzara, v'hu nisi umanos li, menat kosi v'yom ekra, v'yahado akid ruchi, v'yeti shan v'ayira, v'im ruchi geviyati, Adonai li v'lo ira. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm thinking, Nora, you also need the ID for the room and not just the passcode as I look at the at the chat. Thank you, everyone, for the kind comments. They're all appreciated. I hope you learned something new. That's always my goal. Until everything's in the chat from Nora, I won't end the service so that it's still accessible for people to write down the information. But Shabbat Shalom.